Good morning. I'm Tech Sergeant Andrew Pompey, and in this presentation, I will be going over a team and project that I was a part of and how that team and project was led and managed. 2 years ago, I was selected to be a member of the PACAF Step Launch Recovery Symposium. It was obviously led by PACAF with members of AMC. It was mostly aircrew and ground maintenance personnel with CE and several other specialties there for their input. And our objective was to develop and standardize aircrew and ground crew step launch recovery training tactics and procedures as it pertains to a chemical warfare environment. First, I'm going to describe how team performance concepts were utilized based on the needs of the team. So the first concept I want to talk about is roles. And this is a tricky one in this situation because we all showed up to help out with this symposium, all different backgrounds, all different jobs, and nobody had assigned roles. But in the beginning, based on the needs of our team and the needs of our objective, it was conveyed to us that we could fulfill any role while we were there, as long as we were doing it appropriately and with positive reinforcement and our correct, helpful knowledge base. Another one would be measuring team success. This started in the beginning when they outlined the deliverables. They let us know what they needed from us, and there were project checks and lookbacks all along the way to kind of measure and keep us on track where we were going. Another point would be conflict management. This was successfully accomplished by using a third party, basically a process improvement specialist. It was a civilian specialist to moderate our larger, more complex discussions that we had. Verbal praise is the last one, and this was abundant, and it was used to help facilitate a more open flow of communication and to encourage participation. It helped raise morale, and it helped people know that they were contributing when they spoke up and gave their knowledge. Second thing I want to talk about is how leadership and management skills were used to lead the team members. The first one I'll talk about is self-awareness, and this was evident in that the symposium hosts were aware and honest with themselves about the personnel that they needed. They realized that they could not handle this by themselves and that they needed a large, diverse group of team members with different perspectives and varying levels of skill and experience to tackle this. The second one would be the planning process. They established a thorough yet simplified 5-step plan for us in the beginning to complete our goals. They provided a clear roadmap to all members, again, providing us with their expectations and deliverables and everything we needed to get there. Thirdly, I would like to talk about how the team diversity was managed. And this was a big one because we had 4 days total with around 100 individuals, all from different ranks, states, backgrounds, MAGCOMs, specialties, and we all came together, and within the first half day, within the first couple hours, we had to get that common ground and get moving in a direction to complete our deliverables and get to our goals. And they did this by using leadership qualities, by fostering an environment of inclusion and placing a high value on diverse skill sets and experiences and perspectives. Even the makeup of our breakout groups was managed such that they were diverse, which facilitated many different ideas within the group to help solve what was placed in front of us. And lastly, I would like to talk about how utilizing the project management concept impacted our team and our project. Our team had a good understanding of and implementation of the project management triangle. The scope was established from day one. The time was greatly considered and was reflected by the personnel they recruited. It was clear that they recognized they would need a lot of different people and a lot of different minds in the same room, coming together and using our minds to figure this out. The quality of our deliverables was conveyed and adjusted as needed. When we would talk about our deliverables, and once we met an objective, we would talk about the objective, talk about how we got there, and kind of go over it and adjust it as it was needed. And also, there was a good use of the 5 steps of management, namely the planning. And the impact there was a pretty seamless flow through the objectives from day to day. And that also was helped along by following a well-planned sequence of events that they had planned. And then there's execution. And the impact of execution was that the rules of engagement for COM and completion of deliverables were adhered to. And there was a constant feedback throughout the groups, to the larger groups, from the smaller groups to the larger groups, which refined complex points and kept the project on track and helped us kind of whittle down our deliverables and our objectives and kind of hone them and make them as good as they could be. So that's all I have for the project management, team management presentation. Thank you.